this is How the Transformers Episode 4, and here we have Power of the Primes, Rodimus Prime. So, we're gonna go ahead and take the Space Winnebago and separate the trailer from the car here, and we'll go ahead and turn the car into Hot Rod. First of all, let's go ahead and separate this. Start by untabbing the pipe here, rotate it up, do the same here, untab, rotate it up. Untab these side pipes here for the car. That locks everything basically in place here for the Space Winnebago. Untab the trailer section. Untab from the top spoiler. There's actually a peg here that goes into that slot for attaching this, but it pretty much comes out on its own all the time. So we'll come back to this later on when we're ready to take him into Rodimus Prime, but for now, let's go ahead and now turn this into Hot Rod. So you pretty much got the forearm section all situated, so let's go ahead and come back here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna angle this way to unlock the two tabs holding all this into place. There's a slot right here and a slot at the top here, which what you want to do on the opposite direction of the transformation going back to car mode is you want to start with the side tab here, and then when you got that lined up, then you want to tab the top section in. Anyway, let's go ahead and do the same thing on this side, the opposite angle this time. We're gonna push in like so. There we go. That untabs everything. Rotate the whole windshield piece, which is attached to his spoiler, and go ahead and tab that in at the top. Next, come down here, flip open this section here to bring out his feet. Do the same on this side, open this up, rotate down, close it back in place, untab the forearms if you haven't. Then what you want to do is you want to push out using your fingernail. You want to push out on this arm here and slide it down at the same time. Again, push out, slide down, push out, slide down. Do the same on this side, push out, slide down. There you go. That was a little complicated at first when I went about transforming this figure for the first few days, but hey, it gets easier after a while. Next, go ahead and bring down the whole chest section. And we're going to pull a little bit of a mutations gimmick with the TMNT strictly for this part here. So what you want to do is lift up, that unlocks the pin, rotate this section around, push back down. Now his head is showing. Tap that back into place like so. Unlock the forearms, like so. They're on very tight tabs, but there you go. Get everything adjusted to your liking. And here is Hot Rod in his pretty okay robot mode. It's not perfect, is it? Alright, so the next step is taking his trailer into like half of the body of Rodimus Prime. More on that later on. Let's go ahead and remove his photon eliminator blasters. We'll put that aside for a moment. Go ahead and flip these panels back. They tab into place just like that. Obvious feet, you want to untap them and bring them down all the way and go ahead and flip out the heel spurs. That will make your job a lot easier. Next, go ahead and take his whole bottom section of his legs and untab it from the trailer just like that. Bring it all the way down. Then you want to take these back sections here and divide them like so. All the way out like this. And then what you want to do is you want to remove his forearms for Rodimus Prime. There's really no easy way to explain this, so what you want to do is just go ahead and pop them out the best you can, even if one just goes flying out, just like that. I mean, there really is no good explanation to this, I'm sorry. I mean, it's like really in there, pretty tight, very secure. It's a little bit of a challenge to get it actually locked into place when going back to his Space Winnebago mode, but hey, just a little wiggling around gets him to unlock finally. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and bring down his crotch piece. And take this, it's on a double hinge. Bring it up on both hinges. And it should tab in because there's tabs right here and there's holes right there where they will just tab in like that. And get this all lined up like so. So we got enough clearance to bring down the whole backpack section. I know, everyone's P in the A. Just like that. And go ahead and then split the legs. And there you go. I mean, that's, well, there's one more thing we need to do. Raise the camera so you can see this before I forget. Rotate this back spoiler down. So there you go. Now we're done with this part. The only other thing to really do is to take the forearms here, and these front pieces are gonna untab, flip up, and there's a tab, and there's a hole, tab in the hole, like that. Rotate the hand, and there you go. We got the right hand done. Let's go ahead and take a look at the left arm. Do the same thing, untab, tab in the hole, like so. Rotate the hand, and there you go. Left arm, right arm, complete. Alright, so now that I've made a little more extra room, let's go ahead and take Hot Rod into Rodimus Prime. So what you want to do is lift up these panels and put his feet back into place. Just like this. There we go. Take this whole forearm section here and bring it up just like that. This whole section, bring it down. Actually make a little space here so you can actually put this all back in place. Repeating the same process with getting his head to come out in the first place. It's a little tighter this way. I'm not sure why I have a hard time getting the head to go back in. But once you get that pan unlocked, rotate it. Pop it back in. And then bring this all back up. Get tab in like that. Next step is to take the shoulders and tab them back into place like we're going back into his car mode. Slide up, push in, there we go. Now we can put those forearms back in place like that. Next step, untab the spoiler, rotate this around like this. I'm going to go ahead and make it a little more simpler. Go ahead and take this whole front section and untab it from the windshield. And that will bring down his obvious head. There it is. Now that that's taken care of, let's go ahead and bring up his legs from robot mode like this. So I can see which way we got this all situated here. I think that's to my liking. Alright, so rotate this way. So you got the open panel revealing here. There's a tab, and there's actually a hole on the inside right here in his knee joint. It's going to tab right in, just like so. And that's going to create the shoulder of Rodimus Prime. Let's do the same thing on this side here with holding this in place because I don't want it to move. Rotate till you see that open gap. Do the same thing. Push, tab it in. There we go. Last thing to do is to bring this whole spoiler section up like so. And there is the upper torso and head of Rodimus Prime. Alright, so let's go ahead and apply Rodimus Prime's upper torso and his head to the body. What we're going to do is raise the camera first of all so you can see as much as this is possible, because it is a little bit of a task here. But there's indents right here, open gaps where you're going to slot in the whole back section of the spoiler to Rodimus Prime in just like this. And just make sure that's all lined up and keep your finger on it because it could come undone on you. But what you want to do next is that this orange tab here is going to slot into his crotch. Yes, believe it or not. Just like this. And everything should be lined up just right. Bring the whole section down. Get his arms to move or out of the way if you need more clearance. There's tabs right here, right next to the matrix compartment that's going to go into holes somewhere around here. I'm not entirely sure, but it does all tab in just like that. Okay, so also there's these really long tabs that are going to slot right into the back section of his backpack like this. So it doesn't hide the arms. They're still obvious in this mode, but hey, that's the way it is for the transformation. And yeah, we're pretty much done here. The only other thing that really needs to be done is to give him some arms. So let's go ahead and work on the hardest part about this figure and what is really frustrating about doing this whole tutorial. What you want to do is that there's these slots, or should I say there's these tabs right here that are going to actually go into these clips right here, these very sturdy clips. They're not going to break, guys, but it's a little bit of a task, like I said, because it takes a lot of force to get this to go right in there. So you gotta get it and push as much force as you can. It's gonna feel like you're breaking it, but believe me, it's not going to do it. I've done this quite a few times already as it is, with a lot of excessive force, and it's to the point where it feels like it's gonna break, and it just isn't gonna break. These are some really strong clips, so again, get this side here, get these to line up with each other. And when you do that, push! There we go. So, here is Rodimus Prime in his complete and awesome looking robot mode. The only last thing that we need to do is to give him his weapon. So let's go ahead and combine these two like so to create the complete Photon Eliminator rifle. Tap it into his hand, and there we go. This was quite the stretch of a tutorial. Hopefully it was worth it. Hopefully this helps you guys out. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see other videos just like the one you're seeing here today, with more reviews on the way. Until then, this is the unprofessional toy reviewer, Rez Power, signing off, saying thank you very much for watching this, and I will see you whenever you see me.